Planet Vero Studio is powered by the Nolan Group of Remax Associated Realty. MyNextHomeFinder.com. Chris Nolan grew up in New York until he joined the U.S. Marine Corps in 1996. He then joined the U.S. Capitol Police until making the transition to real estate. Shortly after, the Nolan Group was formed. They continue to strive for the best possible experience for buyers and sellers. How can they help you in your journey? And now, here's the Nolan Show with your host, Chris Nolan.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Nolan Show. Glad you're tuning in. With me as always, we got Kayla Lambert here. How you doing, Kayla?
I'm doing pretty good today. How about you?
Yeah, so far so good. And then we have our special guest, Evelyn, joining us. How you doing, Evelyn?
I'm doing great, Chris. How are you?
Yeah, so far so good. It's been a busy day, running all over the place. Super glad you could join us.
Thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. So I wanted to have you on here. We've had a lot of different people on here since we've started this, and we're doing a lot of stuff with vets. And you're a female vet.
Yes, I am.
You served in the Army.
I did, yes.
And it was a while ago now.
A few years ago, yeah. 23 years ago.
Okay, awesome. And you went through that, and now you're down here in Indian River County, part of the Veterans Council, and you're doing a lot of great stuff here.
Yeah, I'm actually part of Next Generation Veterans.
Okay.
And I've been a member of them for about 4 or 5 years. It's a great group to be a part of. Next Generation Veterans is a group of veterans that's from 1990 to present day.
Right.
And they do a lot of service in the community, and I don't know, it's just a nice to have the camaraderie of the, I guess, younger generation of veterans.
Right. You had a pretty interesting story of how you got connected with them, right?
I did. Yeah. At the time, I had a kayak program at a local state park that I helped co-found. And I wanted to get as many veterans as possible on the Treasure Coast to attend, because there wasn't anything like that. And after the first couple of events that we had, I saw the benefit and wanted to help as many veterans as possible. So I talked to a couple of people up here, and I ended up a liaison for Next Generation Veterans to the Veterans Council, was able to hand out the flyers, and there were veterans that ended up participating in that program in Indian River County and also Brevard, which I was very, very happy about. Very
cool. Now, do you still kayak?
No. That was like back in the day.
Okay. It's a lot of fun. You ought to get it back out there.
Yeah, someday.
Yeah, I actually just picked up a kayak, so I've had it out a couple times so far, looking to get back out there. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, a lot of fun, a lot of work.
Yes, it is.
But you get a good workout, and you get to just get out in nature. I've gone out of the Round Circle Park, I think it's called over on the island. The
island, yeah.
And it's just a real pretty scenery. Paddle around. So the kayak I got is a 2-person kayak. So it's great because whoever's in the front always seems to be tired. so I get a little extra workout. So it's cool. But
it's very serene out in the kayak.
Absolutely.
On the water.
Yeah, it's nice.
Awesome.
So all right. So you were doing that. Now you're doing the stuff with the Next Gen Vets, which is awesome. And
yes.
You do a lot of events with them, right?
Not really.
Okay.
I kind of stepped away for a few years for a couple of years, did my own thing down in like Martin and St. Lucie County.
Okay.
And was able to thankfully still stay in touch with certain individuals and still participate in different events, which I was really thankful for. Having been the veterans up here and being a part of the veteran community. And now that I live in Indian River County, it's fantastic to be able to reconnect with a lot of people that I've known for so many years.
Right.
And actually be a part of this because in my, while I was out being in my free-spirited self down south, Next Generation Veterans has grown, and it's wonderful to see the different directions that they've been able to take. And they have one group now that meets twice a week and another group that meets once a week, and I'm able to participate in those. And it's fantastic that it's probably funded because of the fact that it's nice to see the community being so supportive of local veterans. And it's nice to have the instantaneous camaraderie, something that's reliable also. So I've gained a lot of benefit, and a lot of other veterans have also.
Awesome. Very cool. Now, we've had different vets on here, but not a lot of females. And you came down from up north to join the Army, correct?
Yes. I was in Illinois when I joined. And so I was a part of the delayed entry program.
Right.
That means I joined when I was 20, and I went to basic training when I was 21.
Okay.
I did basic in IT when I at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. Basic was interesting. My first encounter with my drill sergeants was the morning I woke up, and I didn't really wake up. I was woken up when I heard a metal trash can being thrown down the hallway and a whole bunch of people yelling and screaming at us. I'm like, oh my God. So my first thought was, I volunteered for this and I've got to follow through. Scared. But it was great to have the experience, of course.
Right. And what made you decide that you wanted to join the military?
I decided to join the military because my dad died when I was 4, and he was a Navy vet.
Okay.
And I was not really in a good place in my life at the time. And I knew that was going into the military was going to be the only way I was going to be able to go to college. So, and it was also to honor my father.
Right.
You know, I always felt like he had been a part of my life, you know, in one form or fashion. So I have an older brother. For reasons, he was unable to do it. And so I'm grateful that I was able to continue that legacy. And it's interesting because after I got out of the service, and I recently realized that our service dates are 30 years apart. He was in the Navy for 4 years, and he's considered a Vietnam era veteran.
Okay.
And I served in the 90s, and I'm considered a Gulf War era veteran, which I think is really kind of cool also.
Yeah, it is pretty neat. It's neat to carry on that legacy. So definitely, you know, we thank you for your service.
Thanks.
And it's definitely pretty cool. Now, you had some fun. I know there's some funny stories there from boot camp. Anything you want to share with us other than the trash can?
Not really, because I was just in there to get through it.
Okay.
You know, like I was worried about my hair because I didn't want to have to cut my hair. and that's a misconception that a lot of people have, that, you know, a lot of us are GI Janes, and it's just not right. It's not correct. It's not anything like the movies. You know, like I've actually been called GI Jane, and I thought that was a freaking insult. Because it's not a lot, you know, for me, it was serving my country and being proud to do that. Having the opportunity that a lot of people don't. But I was worried also about, you know, getting hit by a drill sergeant or any of these other misconceptions I had at the time when I decided to join. And I was told that they could yell in your face, but they can't hear you. I'm like, okay, I can survive that.
Right.
And so after basic training graduation, one of my drills came up to me and he goes, you know, I never did know your name. And so he started calling me Knucklehead. So I was always Knucklehead. And I'm okay with that. Because I was told by the recruiter, do whatever I'm told and just don't let them know your name, because when they get angry and they want somebody to do something, they're going to remember that one soldier, and that's who they're going to have, you know, drop and give them 20, or, you know, leaning rest position, or any of these other crazy things. And that's exactly what I did, is I kind of hung back in the throes of everybody else.
Absolutely. When I went to boot camp, the guy that was in the rack next to me, his name was Papa Dimitropoulos, and That's a name they caught on to real fast. And in the Marine Corps, when one person gets punished, so does the guy to the left or to the right. So I was always the one. I got strong in boot camp.
That reminds me of what before the show we were talking, and so my two choices was either the Marines or the Army. And one of the acronyms for Army is "Ain't Ready for the Marines Yet," and I sure as heck wasn't, because I was terrified that I would fail out of Marine boot camp, and I did not want to fail. So I figured the Army couldn't be that bad. And then when I was processing through everything and trying to, get the final paperwork done, I had to have a waiver for my vision because my vision is that bad. So I got the waiver, and I figured, they thought if she's dumb enough to join, we're just going to let her be a part of this.
Well, you made it through. And
I did, yeah.
So I'm sure you would have been just fine in the Marine Corps. So, but
I'm glad you have confidence in me, because I'm happy that I made the decision I did. Besides that, I'm not a jarhead. I'm just a ground pounder.
Yeah, my brother was Army, and I have a lot of good friends that are Army, so they have a lot of good people there as well.
Absolutely.
So, but I want to hear more about what you did in the Army. We do have to take a quick break, so we're going to cut off here for a second. We're going to come right back, and I want to hear all about what you did in the Army, okay?
Perfect.
All right, we'll be right back. Talk to you in a minute.
Music Angels provides music lessons to talented students in need. Don't miss the Many Faces of Beethoven, a concert and multimedia event at First Presbyterian Church in Vero on Friday, January 14th at 6:30. Get tickets at the door or on the Music Angels Education Fund Facebook page.
Let your inner star shine with your own show. Broadcast your own show worldwide. Contact Planet Vero now. Your show can appear on up to 3 iHeartRadio stations, plus podcasting and live video streaming. Be a part of our stellar lineup. Visit PlanetVero.com.
A patio is just a patio until great furniture makes it the best room in your home. At Sunshine Furniture, we have been the outdoor furniture experts for over 30 years and carry the largest selection of patio furniture, all made in America. Hundreds of styles, colors, and fabrics to choose from in outdoor wicker, aluminum, MGP, and recycled plastic from Lloyd Flanders, Tropitone, Polywood, Berlin Gardens, Seaside, O.W. Lee, Windward, Woodard, Telescope, and others, all made to withstand our Florida climate, in stock and ready for you to enjoy. And all proudly manufactured in the USA, so ask before you buy, where is it made? We also specialize in replacement cushions, umbrellas, beach chairs, outdoor rugs, and fire pits. Right now, all pictures, lamps, and accessories are half price. Sunshine Furniture, $12.95 US 1 in Vero Beach, next to Planet Fitness. Don't forget to visit our outlet store just across the street and visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com.
One of the great things about affordable water is you don't need to be a client for service. That's right, if you have equipment from almost anywhere else, it doesn't matter. Affordable Water will service or repair it. No contracts, no commitments, no problems. And no salespeople, just water technicians who will come out and service your existing water equipment. Affordable Water.
Call 589-7677 for your H2O. Call the Pure Water Pros. Affordable water.
Hey everybody, we're back, and with us we have Evelyn joining us, Army veteran, and now an Indian River resident, and so glad that you could join us.
Thanks.
So we were talking right before the break about the Army,
yes,
and what you did there, and we were just about to talk about what you did in the Army. So what did you go in? What was your job while you were in there?
I was a 88 micro truck driver.
Okay.
And so I drove, when I got to my duty station at Fort Riley, Kansas, I was a 5-ton truck driver and a 5-ton dump.
Okay.
And then later on I became a officer driver and like a higher enlisted command sergeant major driver also. So I got to drive Humvees, and which is kind of cool too.
Nice.
Yeah.
So now, for everybody not listening and watching that doesn't know what a 5-ton or a 5-ton dump is, can you tell us what kind of truck that was?
Kind of like the dump trucks that you see.
Okay. So like a regular full size that you'd see on the highways today?
Yeah, but you know what? I just Google it. Can I explain it? No, I can't. But I passed AIT.
Well, they're big trucks and they're heavy.
It's a 5-ton. That means 10,000 pounds.
Yeah, they're big trucks though. So for anybody that doesn't know, they are big trucks, and they're not the smallest things to be driving around. So that does take a little skill not to run over people.
Well, you know, what I found took skill was being out when I at NTC, which is the National Training Center, and basically that's at Fort Irwin, California, and it's combat training. The tanks have live fire exercises. I was a first lieutenant driver, and I had an E6 and sitting behind me, and we prepped for a week, go out there, prep for a week, get your equipment ready, sign the equipment out in the box for 2 weeks. So basically you're doing your missions and stuff for 2 weeks. There's no showers. There's no McDonald's on the corner. It's all MREs. And I think my funniest story at NTC was, or two of them, I guess, was off in the distance, I saw some type of vehicle that was coming towards me in my Humvee. And I had to go to the bathroom really bad. And I had my battle rattle on. And I did not care who was coming because there's no way I was going to be able to, I can't leave my Humvee because that's basically like my home for those 2 weeks. So I quickly did my business up against the tire of the Humvee. And by the time that vehicle, which was another Humvee, came up to me, I was back in my driver's seat again.
That's awesome.
You know, there was no landmarks. I don't even know how I was able to be successful, you know, doing that. But I just did my job, you know, obviously. And then the other, to the fullest extent of my ability, including that. Another one was we were completed with our maneuvers for the day. Okay. And off in the distance, which, you know, in the desert, you can't really judge distance because everything looks. Mm-hmm. And I'd never known dark until I was in the desert. And that's like dark. Like one time I was eating and I had no idea what I was eating, but it was right in front of me and I couldn't tell what it was, but I knew where the plate was. I knew where my mouth was, and I ate. And that's about the extent of how I was able to eat my meal that night. Because literally I put my hand in front of my face and I couldn't even see it. But another thing was, as I was starting to say, end of my maneuvers, off in the distance, there was this great big hill. It could have been a mountain, but it was this great big whatever. And when the tanks were doing their live fire exercises, it would be, you know, when the round or the ammunition made impact, it would, you know, have this bright light. So however far away I was from that, the ground was shaking. So I actually climbed up on top of the hood of the Humvee and I was rocked to sleep by the live fire train that was off in the distance. I knew I was safe because they weren't shooting at me.
Well, here you go. It's funny the things you get used to out there. So it's it's a different way of doing things, but that, I mean, it is pretty humorous that yeah. I like it. So okay, so you did that. Now you're here in Indian River County, and you're not in the military anymore. So what do you like to do for fun when you're out there?
Fun. Well, I travel some. I spend time with my friends. Okay. And I do a lot of volunteering. I wouldn't say a lot, but I do volunteering. Okay. Because that's fun to me, giving back, like redefining my mission type of thing, you know? And it's just something that I've done my entire life before I got in the show. Like yesterday, I was looking through my military stuff and I volunteered for a few different things, even when I was active duty. And I was like, wow, I've been like this forever. I always wanted to give back and
says a lot about your character.
Yeah, I had a few certificates of appreciation and stuff.
Right.
I was able to earn a blue chip award out at Fort Riley.
Okay.
And basically what that is it was something that the command general of the post gave out to soldiers that that the post wanted to recognize. And less than 2% of the soldiers on the post got the blue chip award. And when I was reading that citation, I thought it was pretty freaking awesome.
That's pretty cool.
And just things that I've forgotten over the years because I just don't think about it. You know,
Right.
I'm very humble about my life. I want my actions to speak for me. I don't want to have to speak for myself or, toot my own horn because that's not what life is all about to me. It is about doing the next right thing and living my life.
Yep.
No matter what.
And that's why we wanted to have you on here, because I know you do a lot of these things out there. And there's a lot of other people out there that want to do the same things. They just don't have the backing. And that's kind of why we started the Operation New Day. We're actually now supporting all of our veterans and the Wounded Waters Project to help veterans. But, we're doing stuff on this. And I have this platform. I'm always out there, reaching out. But we don't have, a lot of people like yourself. They're just not out there in front of everybody. So when I met you and I had the chance to, have you on the radio show, it made sense. Tell your story a little bit.
It's interesting because, it was after a meeting, a Next Generation meeting, and my realtor was getting to know me, and I made a comment about something, and somebody says, well, sometimes we don't feel like we have value. I said, no, I know that this has value. I'm just humble as blank. And one of my friends started laughing, and he nodded his head, and he's like, yes, she is.
Yeah.
But, it's important because veterans are often misunderstood. When I was when I was active duty Army, I was part of 5% of the population, 5 to 10% of the active duty population. And then coming out and being part of, the VA and stuff, I have a lot to be grateful for there. And I'm even smaller population at the VA. And I've had, I'm grateful that the West Palm Beach VA has the women's clinic. I'm grateful for the benefits that I have there. Not always easy, but definitely worth it. I've heard stories about civilian healthcare, and sometimes I think I have it better at the VA than some do having non-VA healthcare. But I'm also very grateful for the Mission Act that was passed under the last administration, because it made getting non-VA care so much easier, and I'm able to benefit from that.
Right.
Also, I'm really grateful for the Florida legislature, because Florida is a very veteran-friendly state.
Right.
And there's a lot of benefits that I qualify for because of certain things. And I'm grateful for that also.
Well, we greatly appreciate your service, and we greatly appreciate you coming down here to talk with us and tell us about, some of your stories. They do crack me up, and they remind me of a lot of stuff that I did when I was in. So it is a small community, and we have a lot of vets out there. You found the next gen vets. You found a good group of people. I would love to connect more vets that are out there. I know there's vets out there that feel that they're alone. So if you guys are out there, email me. I know Evelyn. I know a lot of the other people out there. Get you with the right places. Email me, cnolan@thenolangroup.com. I'm really easy to get a hold of. Go to the Nolan Show on Facebook, and you can find us there.
Can I say something else right quick, Chris? I just want to say that there have been moments where I felt like I was completely alone, but asking for help is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength.
Absolutely.
We're told in the military, suck it up, drive on, and all these other things, but that's not reality when we get out. We need to ask for help from either,
absolutely,
one another or somebody that you trust, because that may be the time that could save your life or somebody else's.
And we're here. We're here to help, and reach out to us. we are unfortunately out of time, so we do got to cut off. But definitely here. If you need us, see Nolan at thenolangroup.com, and we will see you guys soon. All right, so make sure you follow us, share this post, follow us on Facebook, follow us to your new home, and we'll see you guys here real soon. Bye.